And so the game that defied death for so long was suddenly and invocatively put to rest, and the team shooter genre was forever changed.
After the frickin' war ended, Jeremy was left purposeless for a while, but ultimately moved on to a successful streaming career. And even though the team went their separate ways, he kept in contact with as many as he could to reminisce about the good old days.
Given that no military would ever accept Jane Doe, he attempted to return to civilian life. It was difficult, and every snap would set him off. But after countless therapy trials and medication, he was able to find some sort of inner peace, and would pass away surrounded by loved ones and those he called friends. Tavish Finnegan de Groot went on to pursue a lifelong passion now that the war was over, and played piano and became a real Beethoven, deafness included. They'd eventually write a masterpiece called lmao Explosive, which included multiple detonations from the old sticky trap gun. The bastards never saw it coming.
Returning to motherland, after much blood, Mihail will return to mother and 3 sisters, and take care of them for the rest of his natural life. He would continue to write Russian literature, and win several prizes for his book, Velvet Dawn.
The transition from that old frontline into wrestling business into his fold came natural to Dale Conacher, who would go on to found Conacher Enterprises and would temporarily partner with Aperture Laboratories to help draft the first Century turrets before quietly separating in 1985 due to shareholding issues. Others, however, cite the degrading mental state of Aperture CEO, Cave Johnson, as the real reason.
Mr. Ludwig continued to do what he did best, practicing medicine. He roamed around the world healing those in need and trying out new inventions for his many mediguns. However, during a test, the highly experimental telemedi malfunctioned, and he, along with his patient's tumor, vanished. And he was never heard from again.
Monday would return to New Zealand for a time to catch up with his own ma and pa, regaling them in the graphic, horrifying details of the various jobs he went on. Mr. Monday would return to service as a bounty hunter and quickly found himself on top of the food chain, although it was short-lived after needing to replace both kidneys due to several failures requiring several years of surgery. To this day, he regrets taking those pills.
Not much is known about the dashing, netting killer that is Spy, not even his name. But it is safe to assume that he lived a magnificent life at Lanco, after discovering a stipulation in his contract of early cancelled service, which made them pay out the nose. It is unknown where Spy is now, but the amounts of reported mysterious deaths from the unseen assailants firmly along the European coast is most likely a telling sign.
After the events of Team Fortress 2, CEO Manco Saxton Hale moved on from the gun-selling business and sold Manco over to Charles Starling. After selling the business, he would have a conversation with his old love interest Max and would rekindle the love after affirming her feelings with him. Now Saxton Hale does many exhibitions of Mags and continues what he loves best: punching!
And so the team's journey came to an end. For now. In a new world of a post-Manco war, fighting continued, blood was spilled, and many lived and respawned, just as they had before. Because war never changes.